Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Victoria and welcome to Pembroke Beauty. So today we are attacking our part 2 of our 2020 favorites. So if you have not already, you should go ahead and watch my makeup favorites, which I have posted and I will link up there. And then come back to this video and watch my lifestyle favorites, which is what I'm going to talk to you about right now. So in the last video, we talked about only makeup products and skincare that I loved in 2020. And this video is going to be about TV, music, podcasts, YouTube, and that might be it. Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about everything that I've liked this year and kind of whip through, because again, just like the last video, this video is probably gonna be pretty long. So let's begin with music. Why not? I did my Spotify rewind. Slightly embarrassing, not surprising, that pretty much I've listened to the same several albums just over and over and over again. So I like variety of music, truly. It's not one in particular. So I'm just going to list like my top 10 artists of 2020 that I've listened to a lot or I've like discovered in 2020 that I recommend that you listen to if you're somebody who has my similar music taste. So let's begin. 1975. I love the 1975. Truly, this year has been very upsetting for several reasons. I may have talked about this already. I was supposed to see them with Tyler, I think, in November of last year, so in 2019, and maybe it wasn't. Yeah, I think that's true. I think it was November 2019. I had bought tickets. We were gonna go. I was super excited, and then I woke up and threw up my entire life from the week before. Why? I don't know. So that was great, and obviously we didn't go, and I was very upset about it. So then they came out with their newest album, which I love this album, you guys. Truly so good, and I highly suggest that you listen to it. It is a little weird, I guess. I'm not really sure what genre they are. They're kind of like a variety of genres, but regardless, really liked it, and we bought tickets to see them in May of this year. Obviously, we know how that went. So, truly upsetting. However, regardless of that concert upset, I love their new album. I loved all their albums, truly. None of them are disappointing to me, and I have just listened to them on repeat pretty much all of 2020. So, yes, 1975, number 1. Number 2, these are kind of in no particular order, honestly. I'm just kind of listing, but 1975 was honestly top tier for me. So from here on out, there's no order. Ariana Grande. Great. Love it. Love the new album. Love the old album. Love her old stuff. Very fun to listen to. You guys know, I mean, Ariana Grande is very popular, so I don't really know that I need to talk anymore about that, but yes, I did listen to her a lot this year, and I'm probably going to continue to listen to her a lot, and yeah. So then the third person who has really blossomed in 2020, thanks to TikTok, I think, but I think I mentioned her in my 2019 favorites, so is Doja Cat. You guys know, who doesn't love Doja Cat? Super good, very fun. Really liked the last album she came out with. All of it. Her like weird hard rock version of Say So. Odd, but I liked it. So yeah, I really like her and I think she's fun. So I listened to her a lot this year as well. Taylor Swift. Who didn't love Taylor Swift this year? Did anyone not love Taylor Swift? 2 albums, Taylor. 2! And I was already listening to all of your old stuff already, regardless of you putting out 2 new ones. And then you threw those out there? Yeah. I don't need to say any more except for the fact that I love her, and I love all of her music, pretty much, from Taylor Swift to now. So, yeah. Love it. Love her. If you haven't listened to the 2 new albums, I would be shocked, but maybe you haven't, and you should, because they're great. Then let's go into Wallows. I really like that band. I was not really expecting to, and honestly, I will talk about it later in this video, but I mean, you know, 13 Reasons Why fan. I had no idea that he was in a band, and that's not what drew me to it. I had heard songs from them, didn't know he was in it, and then watched a couple videos and was like, wait, what? What are you doing, Clay? What are you doing here? Who knew? So yeah, anyway, I really, really like Wallows. They're like a fun indie band. I've come up with a lot of Spotify playlists, and they're pretty much in my entire indie one, for lack of a better way to put it. I don't even know if they qualify as an indie band, but it doesn't matter. I really, really like them, and their new songs are great, and I like all of their old songs. So yeah, if you haven't listened to them, I would be surprised because they're pretty big on TikTok again. But if you are looking for new music, check them out. Maybe you'll like them. Then let's move into Harry Styles. So pretty much the quarantine started in March, and from March until May, I listened to Harry Styles' album. Like, just on constant repeat, Fine Line, over and 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 over again at work. That was like pretty much what got me through all of quarantine. And I have no shame in that. It is such a good album. Oh my God. I love him, and I love that album. And if you haven't listened to it, you need to. Again, I don't need to say anymore. He's very popular, but regardless, if you haven't listened, it's great. I love it. Okay, moving on. The Aces. I heard about them this year. I really like them. I really like them. They're like a girl indie band, I guess. Again, I don't really know what to call their genre, but yeah, they're an all-girl band. Holler, girl power. And they're so good. I really like them. Again, they're in my indie playlist for, you know, lack of a better knowledge of what their genre is, but I really, really like them. So if you're somebody who likes like the 1975 and you like Wallows, they're kind of in that same vein, and they're just like very fun, and I really like it. So yeah, the Aces, they're really great. Valley, they were a new find for me. Again, it's in that same vein, 1975, Wallows, the Aces, Dayglow, it's all in that same vein, but Valley, I've really come to like a lot of their songs, and I really like it. So yeah, again, go ahead and give them a listen. I, again, really like it. I feel like I've said that several times, but yeah, they're very fun to listen to. They have like a variety of songs, like sad, happy, fun, dancey, whatever. Great. Love it. Then we have the throwback classic of Fleetwood Mac. I think that if you are going to say that you didn't listen to a lot of Fleetwood Mac in 2020, I think that you're lying, mostly because of TikTok. However, I will play this card. I listened to them before it became big on TikTok, and then it became big on TikTok because my parents used to really like Fleetwood Mac, so I've always kind of listened to them. But I did listen to them like a little extra. Like, I was kind of feeding Fleetwood Mac in with Taylor Swift and Harry Styles in the 1975, like throughout my days at work. It's kind of a weird mixture, but I like how it goes. It's quite cohesive, I would say. Try it out. Anyway, yeah, there's more songs that they've done other than Dreams, but that's the big one everybody knows. But yeah, I listened to them a lot in 2020. And then the 10th one is Dua Lipa. Again, in addition to Harry Styles' Fine Line, Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia, in March, I think is when she dropped it, or maybe it was April. I listened to that chart on repeat all of March and April, and it is so good. Like, almost every song on that album is like a banger. Truly so good. I really like her. She's super cool, and again, she's just fun and dancey, and yeah, we need a little bit of fun and dancey. So yes, had to throw her into the bunch because I listened to a lot of Dua Lipa this year. Okay, podcasts and YouTubers. So I really, really like true crime. So a lot of this stuff is going to be based around that, but I did kind of like section it off in like genre. So let's begin with genre. Podcasts, true crime. My favorite murder. Oh my God. If you are anybody with a slightly dark sense of humor and a true crime passion and you don't listen to My Favorite Murder, you are very, very, very much letting yourself, your family, your cow down. This is not something that needs, like, you have to listen. to My Favorite Murder. It's so good. It's hilarious. It mixes both true crime and comedy together, which, could I ask for more? No, I couldn't. And they're just great. Karen and Georgia, super great. I listened to a lot of their podcasts, I think last year and this year too. So yes, I highly recommend My Favorite Murder. If you are somebody who likes slightly more in-depth and more journalistic, that's what I was looking for, journalistic reporting of true crime, then you would maybe prefer Crime Junkie. Another one of my favorites. I love Crime Junkie so much. If I feel a little bit more like serious or like I just need to switch it up and I've listened to a lot of My Favorite Murder, then I'll listen to Crime Junkie. And they just, the two girls who hosted are really, really great. And I really like them. And additionally, they do really good investigative work and stuff like that. They're not like actively investigating necessarily, but they're, reporting out true crime events. And they do other kind of investigation. And they are under like a production company, that's the word I was looking for, who produces the next two that I want to talk about. So Red Ball is hosted by Ashley, who's the main host of Crime Junkie, or like the secondary host of Crime Junkie, and she does actual investigative work in Red Ball. And it is so good and so crazy. I highly recommend that you listen to it. I binged that in like 2 days. It was a good amount of episodes, and I binged all of it in like 2 days because it was so good, so addicting. It's crazy. Truly, if you are somebody who likes true crime and wants to like hear about a current case that's still undergoing investigation, listen to Red Ball. It's crazy. Okay. And then the second one that's under that same publication, and Ashley Flowers, she actually does like a feature in it because she helps, but she's not like the main person. The main person in this next one I want to talk about, which is called Counterclock, is Deandra. Yeah, I think. Yes, Deandra. She is the main host of Counterclock. You guys, I posted this on my Instagram because I was mind blown. So they have 2 seasons of Counterclock. And the first season, you listen to it and you're like, okay, that was amazing. Let me listen to the second season, which is about a totally different case that happened in North Carolina. And yeah, I think maybe it's South. I don't know. The Outer Banks. Either way, it's at the Outer Banks, whatever Carolina that's in. It's about the Outer Banks. And then you listen to the second season and you're like, they don't connect. What are you talking about? And then it's still undergoing investigation. They're both like cold cases that are undergoing investigation that Deandra was like actively investigating. It is crazy. Truly, if you haven't listened to Counterclock and you like true crime and investigation stuff, listen to that podcast. She is so good. She's such a good narrator. She's such a good investigator. I am in love with her and in love with that podcast. Truly passionate. Go listen to it. Counterclock. Then we'll filter in to another podcast that's not true crimey. However, it kind of features a girl. Okay, so on YouTube, her name is Kendall Rae. If you haven't heard of her, you probably don't listen to true crime, which, I mean, you should if you're interested in it. And if you listen to true crime and you don't listen to Kendall Rae, you should go ahead and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Kendall Rae is super good. Sarah, hey, she actually introduced me to Kendall Rae, like her channel, and I was very upset with myself that I'd never heard of her before. But yes, I really, really like her, and I love her channel. She does great true crime stuff. She works with a lot of charities to raise money. It's important stuff that she does over there, and she works with a lot of families. It's very good. She does great work, and she produces a lot of good true crime videos. And on a less true crimey note, she and her cousin now have a podcast, and it's a YouTube channel, so you could do either one. It's called The Sesh, and that is like just kind of like a lifestyle. They talk about like spicy topics and stuff like that, and it's such a good podcast to just like put on and listen to. It's nothing like super duper serious, but they do talk about some serious things sometimes. But like they did like a gingerbread house making competition and like a pumpkin carving competition. They did like a Q&A and astrology stuff. They just kind of do like a bunch of random things on that podcast, but I really like it. So if you're somebody who's like already invested into Kendall Rae and you like just random stuff, I guess, it's like good lifestyle stuff. I would highly suggest that you listen to the Sesh or subscribe to that YouTube channel. Moving back into true crime, Eleanor Neale. She is my British queen. I love her so much. She does such good true crime stuff. She's huge on YouTube at this point, but she's so good. If you don't listen to her already, you should. And yeah, I don't really know that I need to say any more about it. She does great work and she puts out content like a lot. And she covers a lot of like UK cases that don't necessarily get covered by American YouTubers because it's not as applicable, I guess. I don't really know why, but you know what I'm saying. Either way, she covers a lot of cases that a lot of people in the US don't necessarily cover, which I like. So yeah, Eleanor Neale, great. Again, I will link everybody and every channel that I mentioned and every artist I mentioned down below in the description box so you can find their names and search them up. Then the next true crimey person I want to talk about is Bella Fiori. She is from Australia, I believe. Yeah, I think it's Australia or New Zealand. It's one of the two, but I think it's Australia. And she does a lot of true crime stuff as well. She does also some like fashion videos too, which I like. But her true crime stuff is really good. Again, she does like other cases that aren't so commonly done in the US because she's in Australia. So she has like, she does a lot of other cases that happen in like Australia and New Zealand and stuff like that. And she's really good. She just did like a 12 days of Christmas video thing. So she just put out like 12 whole new true crime videos the last like 2 weeks. Great. I've already listened to like 10 of the 12. So yeah, I really, really like her. Go ahead and follow her too. Danelle Hallan. I love her. She's in North Carolina, I think, and she does such good true crime stuff. Again, she does great investigation work. She does a lot of smaller cases, which I like, and gives a lot of attention to like family and helps like communicate a bunch of stuff. She's really, really good, very thorough in her investigation. So if you want somebody who like will get into the details, she does a great job of that. And she puts out a lot of content as well. She has a ton of videos. And like I said, she does do smaller cases as well. She's great. She's like, yes, truly all of these girls, true crime. Let's go. They're great. Okay. The last true crime themed YouTube, obviously I love true crime. The last true crime themed YouTuber I want to talk about is Bailey Sarian. Again, she went huge this year, and I just heard about her this year as well. Sarah told me about her as well. Sarah. And she's great. She does her makeup at the same time as talking about true crime. Like I said, she got huge this year. I think she gained like 2 million followers this year. So if you haven't heard of her, I'd be surprised. But if you haven't, you should go ahead and follow her. She's really great. She's funny as well as like thorough, and she's just like real. And I like that, you know? So yeah, Bailey Sarian. Okay, let's move into makeup and like beauty lifestyle YouTubers. So RHO Beauty Kristi, we all know and love RHO Beauty Kristi. She just had her baby this year. I don't even like thoroughly like children. I don't think I want children, you know what I'm saying? And I like sobbed over her like she's pregnant video, like, and she just came out with a collab with ColourPop. Like, we all know about RHO Beauty Kristi, but if you don't, go ahead and follow her. She's so good. She's so real, and I really like her. She's funny, and she does good makeup. So, yes. The next person I want to talk about is Kathleen Lights. You guys know, I love Kathleen Lights. I've loved her forever. She's huge, again, on YouTube. I'm sure you've heard of her. But if you haven't, you should go ahead and follow her. She's really great. She's real. I love her. She has a nail dear God, a nail polish line out now as well, and like a merch line and stuff. She's really great. I really like her. She's like super down to earth, and she does good makeup and does like chatty stuff. Okay, and then Jordan Lipscombe is from the UK as well, and she does a lot of lifestyle fashion videos. Her fashion is so good. So if you want somebody to like tell you about fashion, go ahead and watch Jordan Lipscombe. She's really great, and she's also like a real person, which I appreciate, and she's pretty funny. And yeah, so I like her a lot. I'm trying to like kind of speed through these. And then I put these 3 girls in like a combination because they do a lot of videos together, and they're all from the UK, and they do similar style videos, I guess. So they do like fashion, lifestyle, vloggy type content. Dear God, that's the word I was looking for, content. They do a lot of similar content as one another, and they're all friends, so they do a lot of like combined collab videos. So I'm putting them in a group together. Madison, Sarah, Rachel Leary, and Hannah Renee. They're all 3 really good on their own, and they're extra funny, I think, when they're together. And I really like their content. I think they're funny. They're like something easy to watch. They do a lot of Q&A and like say it or shot it videos. And then they do a lot of fashion hauls as well, which I like. And then on more like generic beauty and lifestyle, like fashion stuff, we have Dupe That. I really like that channel. They did a lot of fashion hauls and stuff like that. And then they're always like one of the first people to put out like new launches and stuff. So if you're ever curious of like what's coming out next, go ahead and follow Dupe That. They do a lot of videos on new stuff, and then they also do a lot of Instagram posting. And they're both really cute and funny, and I like them. And then Jaclyn Hill, I had to mention her. I mean, she kind of went downhill a little bit, and I think a lot of people are kind of over her. Truly, I've loved her for a long time, and I still do, honestly. And her new content, I'm here for it. I like it. She's switching it up, and I like it. She seems much happier now. Good for you, Jaclyn. So, yeah. Then, we all know that there is crazy drama. And I don't love like watching TikTok drama, like the children of TikTok. I don't really care, and I don't watch Jeffree Star anymore. Not that I ever super did, but like watched him a little bit, and then the whole thing with Tati happened, and like anyway, if you want to stay up to date on drama, which I don't watch very many drama channels, but the one that I do is called T-Spill. They get the drama out, and I like it. It's very concise. They come with facts. She's really funny. I can tell that she's from Canada from her accent. And yeah, I just really like that channel. So if you want to stay up to date on drama that you're not actually involved in, but it's amusing to follow sometimes, go ahead and follow her. Then I have such a random one to throw in. Mondragon Chiropractor. Do you guys watch her? I really like her, and I like watching chiropractor videos, and I watch her sometimes to fall asleep. Like, she starts like with massage, and then she like cracks people because it's a chiropractor channel. So random, but I really like her channel, and I feel like I've learned some things, but it's also slightly ASMR, like it soothes me. So yeah, I really like her, and I like that channel. And then the 2 channels that I wanted to mention that are super unrelated, again, is channels that Tyler and I actually watch a lot together, and it's Good Mythical Morning. Again, one of the biggest, I feel like, channels on YouTube, and I've never talked about it, but we watch that a lot. Link and Rhett are very funny. They do a lot of like food ranking and challenges, and I like that, and it's just very calm to watch them, and it's easy. And I like that. And then they have like a spin-off channel where they have their mythical chef, and it's called Mythical Kitchen. That is such a good, strange food channel. Like, they make a lot of weird stuff and stuff extra fancy. So they do like a Wendy's Baconator, but as fancy and as expensive as possible. And then they do like Snack Smash. Like, yeah, it's just very cool and fun. And I like watching cooking stuff anyway. So that's a cool, easy channel if you are somebody who's interested in cooking and wants amusement at the same time. Mythical Kitchen. Whew. So that is my podcast and my YouTuber favorites from 2020. Dear God, this is going to be a long video. Alright guys, we're almost done. I know this video has been crazy long, and I hope that you guys are enjoying my year-end favorites. This year, as we know, has been unlike any other, and most of my time is spent driving to work, driving home from work, or at home doing nothing. So that is why I've been taking in so much content. And that's why I have so many suggestions for you. So if you have any that I have not listed, please put them down below, because I've almost caught up to date with almost everything that I've mentioned. So yeah, I could use some new people to listen to and talk to. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's move into TV. This is going to be the last section of my yearly favorites. This is a long list, and I have a lot of different styles of TV that I like, and I'm just going to kind of run through. Okay, so Schitts Creek, I mean, it won several awards this year for good reason. Tyler and I watched it together. We both loved it. It's hilarious. Almost everyone that I know loves Schitts Creek. There are some people, Mom, that don't, and that's upsetting to me. Truly upsetting. However, if you have not watched Schitts Creek and you want something funny and heartwarming to watch, something that gives you like slight hope, but it's also hilarious, go ahead and watch Schitts Creek. Truly so good. I'm very upset that it's over. I don't want to get too deep into it because I might cry. But yes, Schitts Creek, so amazing. Love it. Second, New Girl. Also great. I watched this alone. Tyler was not interested. However, I think that he just didn't give it a chance. Sarah Catlin, I've apologized to you in my last video. I'm going to do it again. I apologize for not taking you seriously on the suggestion years ago. Should have watched it. I should have. It is hilarious. I just finished the whole thing. All 7 seasons. I'm not disappointed. Truly, I may rewatch it. That's how much I like it and how much I loved it this year. Brought me a lot of joy in 2020 that was missing in a lot of my life because COVID sucks. New Girl, amazing. If you're somebody who likes like kind of quirky, like The Office, it's not even really corollary to that, but like just like quirky TV, I think you'd like New Girl. The Good Place, Tyler and I watched that. That was one of our combo shows. We both really liked it. We just finished the last season because they put it on Netflix. Cried during that as well. It's also quirky, it's funny, it's slightly stressful, but it's good, and I just really liked that show. We both did. I am also sad that it's over, and I do like how it ended. They really wrapped it up nicely. So yeah, it is funny, it's amusing. It's, again, one of those shows that's pretty easy to just put on and watch, but you do have to start that one from the beginning. Schitts Creek, you could, I mean, it has a storyline. Same thing with New Girl, it has the storyline, but those two you can kind of pick up in the middle and watch episodes. The Good Place, you really need to watch that from the beginning through. Okay, then we're gonna really switch gears. Mindhunter. That show, I'm upset that I never watched it before. If you are somebody who likes true crime, it's not actually a true crime show, but it's like crimey, you know what I mean? It's about how in the 70s they created the behavioral analysis unit in the FBI. It is so good. It's a little intense. So if you're not like okay with intense, don't watch that show. But let me tell you, I love that show. And I don't know if they're making a season 3. I don't know if they're making a season 3, but I need a season 3. I don't think you understand. It is necessary that I get a season 3. So I'm going to be very upset if they don't come out with the season 3. It is so good. If you like true crime and like shows like that and you haven't watched Mindhunter, what are you doing? Okay, another one that I discussed in my earlier in this video. 13 Reasons Why. I finished it all this year. Very intense show. Cried a lot. Finished all the seasons. I really liked the show. I read the book when I was in like middle school and sobbed. And then when they came out with the show, we watched the first season when I was in college, and then they've just continuously come out with seasons. And honestly, I like where they took it. They didn't, obviously the first season was the book. And then from there on, they added seasons that weren't in the book. So I like the storyline that they created and where they went with it. It's very good. They wrapped it up nicely. It's intense. It's heartfelt. It brings up a lot of like issues. And I know that show has been controversial, but I really like it. And it was a great show. And Clay, you make great music. Okay, then we're really gonna switch gears. Obviously, from my series that I will link up here, we are in love with Avatar, The Last Airbender. Tyler and I watched that together. I had not watched it when I was a kid. Now it's on Netflix. We watched the whole seasons of it, you know, the whole series. Amazing show. Oh my God. If you haven't watched it, watch it, please. That's all I'm going to say. I don't need to drag it on. And go ahead and watch my series for that. It is one of the best shows, probably one of the best shows I watched this year, truly. Then they came out with The Legend of Korra, which is like the season 2, like second series, spin-off series kind of Avatar. I liked it, not as much. I would highly recommend it if you've already watched Avatar and you want like a little bit more of a continuation, but truly it's not that great in my opinion. So it's like an honorable mention for me. I just wanted to bring it up. We did watch that. Okay. This one is really off the wheels. Haikyu is a volleyball anime, and I don't watch anime. And I don't watch volleyball, really. I coach volleyball, and I played it. But I didn't even watch, like, real life volleyball. I am in love with this anime volleyball show. What? Who am I? It is so good. We just got done watching some of it today. We're almost done all like 4 seasons. It is so freaking good. If you are somebody who has liked volleyball, has played volleyball, and you're like, I don't really know what to watch. I want something that's like amusing, but also kind of ridiculous, but also amazing. And it gets me hype. Like I want to play volleyball after watching this show. It's ridiculous. It's a cartoon. They're playing volleyball, but it is so good. Amazing. I really like, it's one of my favorite shows. I look forward to watching it. So, Haikyu. Great. Then, Emily in Paris, just recently watched. It's ridiculous. It's like a teen drama show. Truly liked it. They're coming out with season 2. If you haven't watched it and you like teen drama type shows, go ahead and watch it. It is amusing. It's dramatic, but not like 13 Reasons Why dramatic. But, yeah, it's funny. It's good. It really is addicting. Like I watched the whole season in like 3 days. So good. Yes. We all watched You. They're coming out with You season 3 soon. I'm so excited for it. If you haven't watched You season 1 and 2, it's creepy, it's intense, it's funny, it's good, it's addicting. Go ahead and watch You season 3 or season 1 and 2 in preparation for season 3. Anyway, Haunting of Hill House. I understand I'm very late to the party, and I regret that. And I don't honestly know when I finish watching it, but I need to bring it up as another favorite show because it is so good. And they came out with Haunting of Bly Manor, and I haven't watched it yet. I'm planning on it. It's in my to-watch list. That way I don't lose it. But yes, Haunting of Hill House is such a great show. It is intense. It's a little scary, but it's not like too scary where you couldn't watch it by yourself. I watched it alone. Tyler wasn't super into it, so I watched it alone. It was a little creep, but not like too creep. But yes, highly recommend if you like horror and ghosty stuff. Yes, Haunting of Hill House. Great storyline. I really liked it. Switching gears completely, again, Great British Baking Show. I have talked about this on my channel several times. I've watched it for years. I love that show so much. It is such a feel-good show. If you want to feel like hope is restored in humanity, you want a moment of zen, you want a moment of the feeling of Sunday morning when you're sitting in your little chair, cozied up in your slippers with your coffee, and you just want to feel like whole and warm, go ahead and watch the Great British Baking Show. Amazing. Ugh, I cried at the ending of the last season. Who am I? What's happening to me? Dear God. Anyway, Great British Baking Show. The best. End of story. Tyler and I just started watching Lucifer. We have been told by several people to watch Lucifer, and we just started it. We're in season 2 already. I don't know how we got that far. I really like it. He really likes it. It's funny. It is true crimey. It's like kind of like CSI, but not that CSI. Like they're solving crimes and stuff, but it's like also about his journey of being the devil. I'm not ruining anything. I mean, it's named Lucifer, so you should be able to put 2 and 2 together. Anyway, I really like it. So if you're someone who's looking for like a new show to start watching that's kind of casual and easy to watch, I suggest you watch Lucifer. It is amusing. I get a good laugh out of it. Okay, switching gears. Outer Banks. I watched that alone. I think almost everyone watched it alone. In like July, I think is when it came out. I don't know when it came out. During summer it came out, and I watched and binged that as well. I really liked it. I think they're coming out with the season 2. I'm pretty pumped about it. And if you haven't watched it and you like teen drama shows, go ahead and watch Outer Banks. It's on Netflix as well. Very good. Okay. Atypical. I know I've talked about this show before. It's about this kid, and he has autism, and it's about his like high school into college transition and his struggles and like family drama. It's very funny. It's very cute and like family oriented, but it's also like kind of dramatic, and it's about him like learning how to deal with life as an autistic person, and he's very funny, and it's cute, and I really like it. It's on Netflix as well, and I finished all the season. I think they're coming out with another season, and I'm pretty excited about it. And yeah, I really like it. It's less intense than 13 Reasons Why, obviously, but it's slightly more intense than like Emily in Paris. Spinning Out is kind of on the similar level of ridiculous teen drama as Outer Banks, but totally different. It's about ice skating, and I watched this like way early in the year in 2020, and I don't think they're coming out with a season 2, but let me tell you, I would pay money to see a season 2. It is so good, and I haven't heard that many people talk about it. Like, I didn't see that it got very big, but Spinning Out is so good. Like I said, it's about ice skating. It's about this girl, and she's got issues, and I don't want to say anything to like ruin the show. If you haven't watched it and you're gonna watch it, please go watch it though if you like teen drama type shows and like ice skating. Like for me, one of my favorite movies as a kid was Ice Princess, and it kind of has like hints of Ice Princess but like slightly more intense. I really like it. I binged that in like 2 days as well. Yes, Spinning Out is great. Then I watched Unbelievable. That is much more grimy, like true crimey, kind of similar to Mindhunter. That is an intense show. But if you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix, and I highly suggest it. I know I'm suggesting a lot, but like I said, I've taken in a lot of TV and a lot of content this year, so just take it as it is. Unbelievable, super good, very intense, cried a lot during that. It's similar on par, like I said, with Mindhunter and 13 Reasons Why as like intensity reasons, but it's crimey. It's about this crime that happens, and like this girl follows her story of like she's trying to tell people what happened and nobody believes her because of a whole bunch of stuff. It's really good. If you haven't watched it, I don't think it's that many seasons. It might only be 1 or 2, and I highly recommend it. Then the next one is The Society, and I think I talked about this halfway through this year. They have officially said that they're not making a season 2, even though in the video that I talked about it in, they said that they were going to make a season 2. I think they've cut it, which really makes me upset with Netflix. Netflix, what are you doing? Society was really good, like really good. I really liked it. At first I was like kind of iffy about it, and then the farther I got into the season, the more I got like attached to it, and I ended up binging it pretty quickly as well. That one again is fairly intense. It's about these kids in high school. You'll learn this all in the first episode, so I'm not ruining anything, but it's about these kids in high school. They go on like a trip, they're supposed to go on like a field trip and then come back that night, and when they come back, their parents are all gone, and they're like, what the heck? And then they have to figure out how to like live as a society, and they're the only people there, and then figure out what happened. It's crazy. I really, really liked it. It was intense. Like I said, it's kind of on par with Spinning Out, slightly less intense than 13 Reasons Why. I highly suggest that you just watch it and look into it. Teen drama-y, but also good. Kind of Riverdale-y, but less cringe. Yeah, for sure. Yes, that was The Society. So then the next couple shows I'm going to talk about are like reality TV shows, essentially. And so I put them in a totally different category. However, I love them equally as much as all the shows that I just talked about. But this is much more reality TV, trashy TV, but I love it. I love the drama if I'm not in it. Okay, we're going to whip through. Real Housewives of Potomac, Real Housewives of Orange County, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Dallas. all great. Real Housewives of New Jersey, great. Yes, all of it. If you have not watched any of them and you like a good drama, reality show, cringy, trashy TV, that is my guilty pleasure. Real Housewives. They're great. All of those that I just listed are great. The other ones are okay too. They're just not my favorites. Those ones are like my favorite ones. I watch those alone. Tyler's not interested, but my mom watches those and we chat about them. Okay. Then the ones that Tyler and I did watch together this year are You the One, Too Hot to Handle, Love is Blind, The Circle, and Married at First Sight. Those, I think, really had their moment on Netflix. Most of those came out on Netflix, and they are insane. And I love all of them equally. Like, they're all pretty much in the same vein of, like, what they're about. Trying to find love, trying to, like, deal with relationships, live in a house, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, trashy reality show TV. But it fulfills the soul. It really does. And in a life full of quarantine where you're not doing anything, a good reality show therapy session does me personally good. So if you haven't watched those, go ahead and give those a shot. Go ahead and give those a shot if you haven't watched them and you like reality TV. Then the last one I watched by myself. They just put it on Netflix, at least as far as I saw. 2 seasons of America's Next Top Model. They're great. I mean, who doesn't love America's Next Top Model, truly? I loved it as a kid. I love it now. They just put only 2 seasons on Netflix. I whipped through that quick. They need to put some more on. I don't think that they will, but in case they do, keep an eye out. And if you haven't watched those 2 seasons, go ahead and check them out because it's worthwhile. They were entertaining. Oh my God, I think we actually made it through. Yeah, can you believe that? We're actually done, you guys. We're done. I have finished my whole 2020 lifestyle content year favorites. That was a journey. Please go ahead and let me know down below if there are any of the shows that I just watched, music, musicians, podcasts, YouTubers, TV shows, anything like that that I've listed that you also watch, that you love, and give me some suggestions of stuff that you've watched I didn't list. Maybe I haven't seen them and I would like some new shows because we've wrapped up a lot of the ones that I was watching and now we're kind of in a slight show hole. So go ahead and give me some suggestions. I would appreciate it. And yeah, again, thank you guys so much for being here. Truly, you guys are the best. Please stay safe and make good choices. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok if you don't already. And I hope you guys had a great 2020. I know it's been rough. It's been a little rough for all of us. Fingers crossed 2021 is better. I think it will be. We can do this. And I guess I will see you then. Bye!